All right, everyone, welcome to our second Team IsaDerby call, Zoom call. It is Thursday, September 17th. So this is really exciting to see so many of you on the call tonight, and I really appreciate it. I know that, sometimes with all of us in go mode here, it's sometimes a little difficult to just stop for a little bit, but we find that these calls are so important, right? Like the IsaDerby one that the team is doing and the IsaBody one that James and Jeff are doing. They're just so really important to get everybody together because we know how important it is and how much fun it is when we're all in the same room or the same place, and we can all just really connect together. And so that energy will go up, the motivation will go up, you'll be inspired more. There's so many great things to getting together. If not Zoom, then it's that event or, at your teams, you do little events and things like that. But the key is really getting onto these things and take advantage of them because it really does help you and your teams as well. So awesome. I see we have a couple more people. Come on. If you could just click your name on the bottom part of your picture there and you can mute yourself, that would be awesome. Just want to get a clear line. And we are recording. So with that, we will get started. So, and I think with you callers that are phoning in, you can probably do the same, is to mute your line. That'd be great. Awesome. So how's everyone doing? How are you? Are you excited? Are you going for it? Are you having some frustrations? Are you, really getting into it? Are you like deflated already? I would love just to hear from a couple of you. So put your hand up and then we'll see who wants to go first and we'll go with there. Barbara?
Me, Barb, me.
Okay, Barb, you go first.
I just jumped off of my IsaDerby call with my team, Isa Breakers, to be on this call. Mm-hmm. And what I see from our team is they're really getting excited and motivated to see the momentum from our own team. So our own people are excited and motivating the others. Some of them it's very new for them. They just have to really step outside their comfort zone, but they want to. Mm-hmm. And they know they can. And so what's happening is other people in the team are helping them. It's not just me. It's so much fun to go. They're linking arms and calling themselves without me being involved, which is awesome, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited about that. We're doing really, really well, creating consultants, enrolling. People are coming back to being consultants and cycling again. So truly, this really works. It may not be a race per se, but for them, it's like, okay, I'm actually doing something. Some of us, it's more of a race. Some other ones, it's like, I just want to be in action and be accountable. Mm-hmm. And they are, and they're doing awesome. So I'm just really proud of them and proud of all the teams doing this, all of you guys. So that's awesome. Thank you, Barb.
Awesome, Barbara. That you raised some really great things there, and it is awesome when you can see the Derby teams actually working together and helping jive each other. Like we know that nobody can motivate us as one person, but together or a couple of people can actually do that together to help each other, right? And being accountable to one another, and that is huge. Right? If you're going in there and you're just like, oh, well, I'm not going to post, I'm not going to put my hand up, I'm not really doing anything, you're not helping yourself. And so when you can do that to help each other, it's amazing things will happen. It's that drive, it's that motivation and excitement that everybody's feeling. Love it. Anybody else want to share? I would love to have one or two more. Just put your hand up and let me know you want to. Oh, Francine? You can unmute your line there.
Oh, it just took me a second. So we're one of those teams. Okay, maybe we're not the A team, but we've got a lot of people that work full time, and we're all doing it part time. But we're going as much as we can in that time. And I got Stacy's here. She's going to be signing up somebody else in a half hour, actually, while we're doing this call. So that's awesome. We both had one yesterday, so we're in action. and I'm helping people. I'm kind of hoping that I was wishing that actually that when you make consultants a few levels down, it would help, but that doesn't. But I'm building deep, so I am helping create consultants, but sometimes they're not directly under me, so I don't see the points, but I'm still building the team, and that's still awesome.
Well, that is really key, right? Sometimes it doesn't affect your business and your points for Derby per se, but it absolutely helps your team no matter how deep, how far down, wherever they are, it's still helping you and everybody above them, right?
That's right.
Awesome. Way to go, Francine. That's awesome. And congrats to your girl there that just signed somebody up. That's awesome. Awesome. Love it. Okay, we'll take one more. One more just to set us off. Yeah. Is somebody trying to talk here? There's somebody on the phone, I think, trying to talk. Is that Jeff? Not sure. Okay, somebody else. We'll do one more quick one. Anybody just want to tell us how you're feeling, what's going on with your team? Nancy, go for it.
Unmute. You know what? I'm having a lot of fun. It's really been a really great way to meet new people on the team. I mean, I have Greg and Maria, who I didn't know before. I'm working with them. Jessica, who's part of Barbara's team, who's new, just getting started working on the same team. Kendra, who I've obviously worked with in the past, and she was focusing on some other things for the last year and getting restarted. Jose and Kenny, who we signed up when we were in Australia, so we never really had a chance to work with them. So it's just really cool to kind of put this team together and, having our own Facebook group and really just strategizing, learning from each other, sharing tips, kind of fueling each other, like you said, and knowing that we're kind of all doing that for each other. It's been a really great experience. And so I know it's really, for me, made me a lot more accountable because obviously, as a leader, as a team captain, but even just being on a team, which we all know, we want to just all support each other. And so it's just been a lot of fun.
Awesome. I love that. And I love hearing that from you because essentially this is the first real one that you've really dived in on, right? And that's a huge thing. That's something just to kind of take notice, guys, is that, Nancy has been doing Isagenics. Well, our first IsaDerby was my first year. And so this is her first real one that she's really taking seriously and jumping in, and she's having fun. That's the best part of it. It is fun if you actually get into it. If you're just sitting back and watching and, trying, whatever that is for you, but if you just dive in a little bit more and get involved and call people out on there and see what they're doing and ask them, and I love that. So thank you, Nancy, for that. And I really wanted to take note of that saying, because some people before, they would jump in just to be a part of something, and that's fine too, because some people don't want to go hard. Some people don't want to be that A team, right? But some people do. And it is just about that. So we're going to go through a little bit more of those, things that we touched on here. But I just want to do a little bit of updating. So launch party week. Just by show of hands, how many of you guys are tapping in on that? Okay, some of you, awesome. So this is a really key time, one, because it's September, people are finished holidaying, the kids are back in school. If you haven't yet set up a launch party, guys, now's the time. If you know that it was somebody that you followed up with before and they said, oh, I'm camping, I plan on pigging out all week. Awesome. Guess what? We're done camping. It's cold. Well, at least it is here. So it really is about remembering those contacts that you had before, and also really putting it out there, right? You want to try to be posting that at least once a day, every day for this week, and try to get it bumped up. So this is something you might want to talk about with your Derby team, is that, when you make a post for launch party or something like that, try to bring volume in and get people noticing your Facebook post, is let your Derby team know you just made an awesome post. And hey, do you want to go and comment on it for me? Something like that, just to boost that post up a little bit. Get your Derby teams involved with you. Okay, they're your team. They're your team right now that's going to help you win this trip, right? Well, one of two trips or both trips, whatever. But it really comes down to that. It's utilizing your Derby team, utilizing them for questions you have. If you have anything frustrating going on and you need help or you need to figure out a solution, all of those things are something that you want to be working with your team with, your Derby team. That's what they're there for. And I promise you, if the team captain or somebody in there doesn't know, then you just got to get in touch with one of your leaders or myself or something like that, and we're going to help you. Okay, that's what we're here for. So launch party week is key. It is key, you guys, and it ends on Sunday. You know, if they have a 150 BV or more order, they're going to get that, you know, $29 membership fee or $29 off of their pack if it's a president pack or something. So really jump in on that, right? And it's something. Post some before and after pictures. Post a picture that, you know, somebody on your Derby team, or maybe it's somebody in this group, or, you know, somebody, and ask them, can I use your before and after picture, or can I, you know, use the same post you just did? Whatever that is, if you love it. It's just about that. It's momentum. It's something. It's, you got to get going on it, guys. This isn't just a tra-la-la. It is a race. It's a derby. It's a, you know, it's a, there's prizes, right? And that brings me to the next point. So what's happening right now is that when you reach a certain level of points and, you know, you're within your team, Isagenix is actually going to send you in your ISA mail. They're going to send you free enrollment coupon codes. Did you guys know that? Yeah, it's pretty cool. So within your team, even up to now, if you guys as a collective team and stuff, you start gaining your points, and I don't know what that number is right now. Why? Because my team has not got enough points yet, but I do know that some of you have, which is awesome. And if you check your ISA mail, you might see you've got a free enrollment there. Not so much for this week, but you could use it for next week. That's kind of cool. Okay, so it really is something to think about. You know, for people to really take advantage of that. So get on your teams, get going, letting them know this stuff. Okay, and something else, Nancy had let me know today that Mac Larson had made an announcement. And she said that he was talking about giving, doing corporates going to offer some new prizes. Prizes for those people that, you know, are at different levels in the IsaDerby, right? So if they're, you know, going, but they're not really going, they may get a prize, maybe offered a prize, right? And so, you know, you want to be sure that you have at least one person on your Derby team getting on those corporate calls. Okay, so it really comes down to finding out, you know what you want to, who's going to do the different jobs for that. So, you know, so who is going to listen to the calls, who's going to post about it. Sometimes they'll ask you that one team member do an email on behalf of the whole Derby team. So that doesn't always have to be a team captain. Okay, the main thing is that you want to do is, if you have a co-captain, a captain, and then other people maybe doing some other jobs, you know, to keep posting in there, it really is about making people accountable and doing their part in helping. Okay, so I'm getting some messages here. So it's so Nancy has said that she had found 3 free coupon enrollments in her ISA mail, and it does start early as 20 points. So as an individual, okay, so I thought it was more about the team points, but as an individual, you get 20 points, right? So you want to make sure that I would love for you guys, at least one of you, to go through your points and promotions right now for your Derby team. Go through the contests, okay? Go through all of those contests, even the ISA body, all of those different promotions that are being offered, the custom packs, because some people kind of forget about it or whatever. So delegate, you know, somebody to do those jobs, right? The captain doesn't have to be doing it all, right? It's a team. And so work together to find out who's going to do these other things. It really is important. So I love that. And to really understand the point system. You've got to know the point system. So what I recommend doing is, there's different pages on one of those links that shows the different points. So why not print one off, right? And have it close to where you are in your office or in your office space or right beside your desk or something. And maybe just go and get it laminated, right? But just have it there. You've got to know. So, when you're looking and you're talking to someone and they're, maybe they're interested in a 30-day, but we want to set people up for success. And that having the extra little sticky products, a pace setter pack would probably be best for them. Of course, President Pack, absolutely first, but their budget, whatever it is. But you want to be able to look at that and know, one, you are setting them up for success, but two, damn straight, you're going to help your Derby team by getting a pace setter pack, right? It's all about the points too, right? So print that off if you can, laminate it, have it printed up. Some of you have your spouses working with you on this too. Have it posted or duplicate it twice. So, print it off twice, one for them, one for you, things like that. It really is key to knowing what the points are. If you don't know what the points are, you're not going to care really, like, some of you will know it and the other ones really aren't going to care too much about that. So I want you all caring about it. All right. So I asked on the last, well, before I go any farther, does anybody have any questions towards what I just talked about? No? Okay, awesome. So as far as when I made the post to do this call, I had asked that anybody have suggestions. Oh, yes, so Nancy had said too, from Mac, I'll just go back for a sec here. Mac has said that you absolutely want to be on a team, right? You want to be on an IsaDerby team because when they announce some of the new promotions and prizes for anyone on the Derby team, it's only going to be for you guys. So I don't know what those promotions or contests are. I don't think Nancy probably does yet. They're going to keep it quiet, and it could be, I don't know, I'm guessing, maybe it's like, maybe only Derby teams are going to have free enrollment 1 week. Who knows, right? Or maybe Derby teams are only going to be able to, if they enroll 2 people, maybe they're going to get a box of IsaDelight, salted caramel. Who knows, right? Like, I'm just throwing it out there. So you really want to be sure that you're on a Derby team. Or maybe only Derby teams are going to be able to get the pumpkin spice again. Who knows, right? That'd be cool. So just really want to be a part of it and really want to think about different things like that. And I know myself, I still have room for one more person. So I want to, I'm still looking around. I want an 18 player. I want to do this. I want to win. I want to go to Mexico. Like, seriously, I want to do it. So that's really exciting. So I'm going to go to, Renee's telling us not to tease him about the IsaDelights like that. Well, I have some right behind me, Renee. If you're close enough, I'd let you have one. Anyways, so one of the suggestions on my team page was how to stay engaged as a team. And so, we talked a bit about that at the very beginning when Barbara had talked to us about what her team is doing, right? Like, they're really doing it together on the team page. It can't be just one or 2 people doing everything, because then there's so much pressure on that one person. And if nobody else is doing it or nobody else is posting, really, how fair is that? Really, it's supposed to be a team thing. There's only 6 of you in there. And if some of you have husbands, wake up and get on there, husbands too, right? Like, help the team. If nothing else, you get in there and you be that biggest cheerleader ever, because that's going to help motivate. That's going to help get everybody going. That's going to help create momentum, right? So I really, really suggest that everybody start participating more on your team pages. Maybe a team call. Maybe instead of the captain saying, oh, let's do a team Derby call, why not have somebody else come up with that at one point? Maybe you notice that your team is in a lull or nobody's really commenting or messaging on there. Why don't you suggest, hey, why don't we do a call? Because you don't have to wait for the scheduled call. Maybe somebody just needs a little pick-me-up, right? And that's the way to stay engaged, because And the other thing you can do is like have your cell phone, you know, text, say, hey, just check in. Do a group message to your Derby team. Hey guys, checking in. I'm just on my way to business, you know, meeting or whatever it is. Stay engaged. It's up to you guys to do that, right? Somebody else asked me how to stay motivated with the point system. Well, what I recommend is in your Derby team pages is, let's say you went and you just signed up a 30-day system. Then you could say, instead of saying, I just signed up a 30-day system, say, I just got us this many points. I just got us this many points. And maybe instead of just saying points, post the number. Maybe it's 4 points. Find a picture that has the number 4 and say, woohoo, 4 more points, team. Where are you at? Where are the rest of you at? I challenge you to get to 8 points this week, right? It's always about that. This isn't about trying to make anybody feel bad or anything. This is something you want to do to inspire. So, and it's calling them out. So maybe you post a picture with a number 4. You say, okay, I just got 4 points. Who's willing to get the next points, or who's going to get the next points? Keep the momentum going. Keep inspiring. Okay. So somebody had also asked how to not be discouraged. And so, Jen, I just saw you come on. Can you just mute yourself there? That'd be great. Thanks. To try not to be discouraged. Well, when you've got action going on in the team page, when you have people inspiring, when you are texting and posting and showing and all of that, you want to try to uplift people. So maybe they're having, so many no's and, they're deflating. Well, I encourage you to celebrate those no's, right? We talk about that. And so what might be fun is maybe just doing a quick little 30-second video after you get a no and do a little happy dance. Yeah, you gotta know. Yeah, you gotta know, right? Like something like that. Just be silly, be crazy. It doesn't matter. That's for your Derby team. It's gonna help them, right? Or say, hey guys, I got 10 no's today, right? Do something to make them feel good. And they'll be like, okay, I have permission now to get 10 no's, right? It's giving them permission to do that. Because guys, it can be deflating. It can be absolutely deflating, but you've got to try to put a spin on it. And if you're having, lots of things, like great things happening, but you notice maybe somebody in your team is not. Okay. So, okay. So the next, does anybody want me to touch on any of that anymore? Like, do you have any questions or comments on that? Everybody's going to be silly crazy? Yes? Are we going to be silly crazy with our teams, right? Even if we look kind of silly crazy, doesn't matter. Yeah, there you go, Francine, right? So I love it. So let's just keep inspiring and motivating each other, right? And that's what it comes down to, is that you really can't motivate anyone, but if there's enough action and contributing onto the team page and on the calls and things like that, it's not a time to be negative. If somebody is constantly pulling everybody down or being negative, it might be time as a team captain or something to do a call with them and say, you know what, is this really for you? Or is this just bringing you down more? Maybe we can get you on a 3-way call, with Barb or Nancy or Cindy or, Barbara, anybody. Is there something we can do? And if they're really not in that place, this may not be for them. This may not be that time. But this is not a time to put anybody down or to be really negative or to complain and blame and all of that. Okay? I really want you guys to understand that, is that you don't have to sit there and have someone that's on your Derby team complaining, whining, blaming, all of that. And I just would ask them, like, what is the solution? What is the solution? Have them maybe come up with a solution. And if they can't, say, listen, I really want to be able to help you, and maybe we can do a call. Let's get one of the leaders or somebody else on a call that may be able to help us find a solution that's going to make this better. Okay, which brings me to the next point. Okay, we have until Sunday night to solidify our teams. Sunday night. Now, some of you are thinking, okay, well, I have a couple people on my team. They're not really doing anything. I don't know what to do. And it's like, okay, it's a conversation with them. Maybe it's like one person is feeling bad. They know they're really trying, but they're, not getting points, and they're really feeling like they're letting down the team and things like that. That does happen, right? It does happen that you're going to have those people that will say that. And it's just something like asking them questions like, so is this something that you really want to do? Are you having daily action? Are you doing income producing activities? All we can ask, and especially for those that are like, full-time, workers or full-time moms, and only have a certain amount of times, all we can ask is that they do and give 100% and of what they're doing in the time that they have, right? So, that could be different for so many different people depending where they're at, with time, right? So it comes down to just asking them, say, I'm just going to use Nancy's name because I don't want to pull anybody out, but I could just say, Nancy, you told me that you haven't got any points. You say that you're, frustrated, all of that. And I would just say, Nancy, is this for you? Is this what you want to do? And she said, yes, I really want to do it. Then I would say, okay, are you doing income producing activities? Tell me what you're doing every day, right? Are you sacrificing some things? Because that's what this is going to happen. You're going to have to sacrifice some things. Are you getting to events, Nancy? Are you getting to do like in homes? Are you, listening to the calls that you're supposed to be listening to help you, to help motivate you and inspire you? You've got to ask them all these questions. And if they are giving that 110% of the time that they have and they still want to be in it, that's it. Cheer them on. Ask how you can help them, right? Ask what you can do to help them. You may be having somebody on your team that thought that they wanted to do this, but now have changed their mind. Again, it's just a call. Maybe it's all of you guys on one call and just giving permission, allowing people to make the decision. If that's what they want to do, if they don't want to be on a derby team for whatever reason, maybe it's a personal, we don't know. But if they really say, you know what, this is my permission now, I really don't want to do this, it's better finding out now than 2 or 3 days after the cutoff. Okay, it really is. And it's not to be mean, it's not to be upset, it's not anything, but we don't know sometimes where people are at. Maybe they all of a sudden have so much coming at them right now that it's not for them. However, put a spin on it. Your business will grow with IsaDerby, right? So you want to think about that too, is that, okay, if I can make time for this every single day and get this stuff done, in the end, it's going to help my business. This could absolutely maximize your business, you guys. Absolutely. Can't almost swear there, but honestly, I love it. Yeah, it really is something. If you take action in this, you've got to take action, and it's something to really think about. So what I want to hear first before I move on is I want to hear from any of you guys that maybe you're doing with your derby team that really is showing, action and teamwork and all of that. Wave your hand up. You can unmute, and I want to hear from you. What you guys are doing. Help us out. Kendra, do you want to unmute yourself there?
Hi.
Hello.
I'm really enjoying our private team page and just feeding off of each other. How would you answer this question and make a more simple way just to get to the point? For the launch party that I'm having on Sunday, instead of making a typical Facebook event, I just texted everyone and I got more people coming than I ever have.
Wow. That's really cool. I love that. So you're texting everybody to come to your party instead.
Or private messaging them.
So what are you saying to them, Kendra?
Well, this one was, I'm just having a girls only because it's my first one in a long time, so I'm a little bit nervous. So I'm treating it more of a little mini nutritional seminar. So I'm just having, I just said it's super informal. It's ladies only. There'll be food. Want to come?
Awesome. Short and sweet. Yeah, that's awesome. Perfect. I love that, you know, and it really does help when we can all help each other with these ideas. So, you know, even, you know, it's great to be able to share. So, you know, maybe you have something that really like that worked. So maybe it would be post that in Nancy's team page. Hey guys, hey Derby players, this is something that worked for me, right? Maybe you'll find value in it. So post it. Right? I would recommend that because, you know, even for people in my believer page, is that if something you found works for you, post it for everybody else. We're all in this together. We're all helping each other. And if it was really cool and really awesome, post it. Because again, that's going to bring momentum and that's going to bring drive and give somebody else an idea like, oh, I didn't even think of that. Right? Awesome. Thanks, Kendra. Anybody else want to share? Something that's happening in your team pages, something that's really awesome, something that's worked. Just let us know by a wave if you want to. Yes, Renee, unmute yourself, please.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
So we're all posting like our goals for IsaDerby and also like something that I don't want to use the word weakness, but something that we want to work on so that everyone knows what everyone's individual goals are and where they want to go like for IsaDerby, and then what everyone's kind of weaknesses and strengths are so we can leverage each other's strengths to try to help each other's weaknesses and hold each other accountable to the goals that we're setting for ourselves.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I know that some people are doing their you know, goals and things like that, weekly goals and things like that. But I love where you talked about the weaknesses and strengths. And, you know, if anything for myself, I think, you know, instead of highlighting a weakness, and this is just a suggestion, is that by posting something, because we're often so hard on ourselves. And I'm the first one to say that, right? It's hard to give myself kudos for anything. And so it would be a challenge, but really good to say something like, well, you know what? You could post on your team page, I'm really good at three-way calls and helping people that have a lot of weight to lose, right? You know, maybe Nancy could post something like, I'm really good at doing three-way calls with CrossFitters. You know, if anybody wants to use me for a three-way call, this is my openings this week, right? Even posting your times that you're available right now, that you've got time slots, right? Focusing on the strengths is the biggest thing. And we all have those weaknesses, absolutely. But when we focus absolutely on the strengths, that's killer. It's killer. And, you know, even if Renee, like you were to say to Nancy, oh, Nancy, if you're in our Derby team, Nancy is so good at this. Or Bronca, oh my gosh, she is so amazing at this. Or Tracy is so amazing at this, right? Really focusing on those and helping each other and be like, oh, they gave me a compliment. I didn't know I was really good at that, right? So really helping each other build those strengths and work off them. Love that. Love that. Any more? I would love, you know, all of us would love this. This is really good stuff. What are you doing in your team pages that may help some others here in the group? I know some of you are really doing awesome with some postings. I'm hearing about them. So let's hear what you're doing to contribute to your team page. One more? Come on. Do I just call someone out? So maybe I'll call somebody out. Okay, I'm looking around. Let me see. Bronca.
Hey there.
Hello.
What was the question?
Oh, so we're asleep already, are we? I gotta jack you up a little bit more.
Sorry.
That's okay. So what are you doing to help amplify your team Derby page? What are you doing there?
So what I like to do is any kind of posting that I'm doing and any follow-up that happens that comes my way, I instantly talk about on the page. So this is what I've done, this is how people have responded to me, and this is what I'm doing about it.
Awesome.
And that's helped a lot. And I put up a lot of videos, music videos too, on our page. So having to do with being phenomenal or being amazing. And I think they're a lot of fun too. I don't know. None of my teammates are on here, so I don't know. They can't.
Well, they're going to listen to the recording, aren't they? They're going to be listening to the recording. That's cool, Bronca, and I love that. And thank you for allowing me to call you out. I know that you're up very early. You're in the 5 a.m. club, so I appreciate you taking time to be on here tonight. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, awesome. I know somebody on here that's really good at cheering their team on and very good at recognition. So, Jody Boris, can you jump out for us, please, and let us know what you're doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you. What are we doing? Well, we've got individual groups that I'm helping in, as well as our Team Heart group, and we're posting motivational information, much like Branka we're talking about. You know, what connections we're making, and you know, how we're dealing with them. If anyone has any questions, they're posting it in there, and so we're being helpful that way. We have a few smaller contests, which is always motivating for people.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you know what I do is quite often is in my IsaPulse, whenever I get, you know, whenever it dings, I do a snapshot of it and I post it. And so that's showing, you know, who's in action, and I'm not sure, but I would think that that would motivate others, seeing, oh, this person signed up for the IsaBody Challenge, maybe I should do that. This person enrolled someone, or finding out that you enrolled someone and you're only one away from a double PIP. That's also motivating.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of recognition. I know that I think for a lot of people in their regular jobs, they don't get recognition, and it is really important. So
absolutely. Thank you for that. And I remember one of our very first phone calls when I was calling you to recognize you, and you had said that very thing. You're like, I'm not used to this, right? Like, it's just not the norm. And
yeah.
It's so true. Thank you, Jody, for that. I love where she talked about the IsaPulse. I've done that so many times where I'll take a screenshot of that and I'll text it to those people that are in there, right? And they're like, woohoo, right? And they just love that. They love to hear about it. And some really great shares there, Jody. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Clark.
So, yeah. And so is there anybody on here right now that is committed to maybe putting more effort into your IsaDerby team pages? Can I see your hands? I would love to see that. Awesome. It really, really is important, guys. It's going to jack your team up. It's going to help motivation. It's going to help be inspired. It's going to help things being inactive, right? Like going crazy and awesome. And you all get the IsaPulse, right? So that's, you know, some great shares there too. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so I want to show you guys this, and this really comes down to your IsaDerby as well. Some of us have seen this, and I want it to pertain to your IsaDerby. Okay, can you all see that? It's why, how, and what, right? Simon Sinek, right? And this comes down to your IsaDerby as well. So the why equals your purpose. Okay, you got to know that. The why equals your purpose. The how is the process, right? It's specific actions to realize your why. All right, and the what is the result. So what do you do, right? The result of why. And so it's so important to start with the inside out. So many people go from the outside in, right? When they're trying to enroll people and things like that. And it's so key to start with your heart. Why are you doing this? Why are you in IsaDerby? Okay, we're going to go with that. You got to know why. Why are you in IsaDerby? You got to ask yourself that question. And, you know, understanding that if it's like how you're going to do the IsaDerby, well, if you're going to try to figure that out, then, you know, it's going to be a lot harder. If you try to figure out now what is IsaDerby, that's not going to help you get any farther. When you understand why you want to do it, it really comes down to it. Yes, Shayla wants to meet Brett Michaels. Me too, darling. Me too. And so if that is so powerful in your heart, though, if that is what's really driving you, like, holy man, you know what? If Shayla really, really wants to meet Brett Michaels, she's going to do everything in her freaking power to get there. Right? Like, maybe she just wants to go and play with his hair, right, Shayla? Or maybe she wants to go and look into his big blue eyes. Or maybe she just wants to dance with him, right? Like, she really has to know in her heart why she wants to do this. It's got to be deep, because if it's not, you're not going to do that well. You're not going to go hard enough. It's not going to make you want to do it. For some of you, money is not a factor. Like, money is not a driving force. Okay? Money is, for some people, that's what they want. They want to, focus on the money. And Michael Klaus even talks about that. If nothing else, go for the money. If you need money, yes. If you need to pay off a credit card bill, or you need to pay off something that is so important to your family right now that it's going to ruin your credit, or whatever that is, then that's going to drive you. That's going to drive you, and allow it to. Frank, that's what drove me my first one. I needed to pay for my mortgage. I needed to make up enough money to be able to do that. So that was my driving force. And then the bonus was the cruise. Come on, I'd never been able on a cruise in my life. Never thought I would be. So that was my driving force. It was like, I would just imagine it. Like, Shayla, just imagine closing your eyes and waking up and, woo, there's Brett Michaels, right? It's like, if that is what it is for you. For me, I would close my eyes and I would see myself on that cruise ship. I would see myself, looking out the window of the cruise ship. I would taste it. I would smell it. I would feel it. You've got to be there, right? If it's paying off your credit card, imagine. Just close your eyes and imagine what it would be like to be able to, boost your business up so much that it's going to drive you to get there. Because it will explode if you guys go with this, right? It's not that long of a time to do this. If you really think about it, what is, it's not even a full 90 days anymore. Just think of that. Think of it, 70 days from today that you're able to build your business, get to executive if that's what your goal is. Look what can happen. Like, honestly, it's got to be from your heart. You've got to want it. You've got to want it bad. You've got to want it really hard and really deep. It's just got to be there. Any questions on the why? The why, the how, the what? Pretty self-explanatory. Anybody jacked up a little bit more than you were from the beginning of the call? Yes? Awesome. So, okay, so with that, I'm just going to, throw it out there. If anybody has any more questions before I finish, I'd like to do my finish. Anybody want to chat? Anybody have any questions, comments? No? Okay, so I really, again, just want to, appreciate all of you. Show gratitude to all of you for jumping on this call. The screen is not filled as much as it could be with people from your teams. How many of you feel that some of your team members should have been on this call tonight? How many of you would have liked to have had more from your team be on this call tonight, right? If nothing else, if my words didn't mean anything, if nothing, helped that way, being a part of this is cool. This is really cool. And so, it's something to be able to bring that to team members. Like I said at the beginning, we all know what it's like to have, people go to your events, right? So I'm going to take a quick selfie, guys. So let's be silly, okay? Be your silly self for 1 second. You ready? Go. Awesome. You guys rock. So honestly, you guys, I want to put a fire under your ass without you thinking I'm really crazy, because I could go off. I mean, if you just give me the permission to go right now, I could just really go. Kendra's like, go. I want this. We want this so much for you guys, and it's not about me. It's not about you, but it's about them, right? The biggest picture is all about helping other people, but it's also about helping you. Like, you gotta go. You gotta want it. You gotta have your e-shots. You gotta be posting. You gotta be sharing. You gotta be helping each other and cheering each other on. It's about that. It's about sharing. It's about helping each other. It's about motivating each other. It's not about complaining and whining, oh, I can't make the call tonight. Really? Get on the freaking call. Okay? Get on the freaking call. Okay? This is to help you and your team. It takes work and prep to do these calls, and we love doing them. But guys, we want to do them for you and your teams. Okay? It is so important to get people on these calls so that we can do the work for you. In the end, that's what it comes down to. Let us do the work. Let us help motivate you. Let us help, understand the points if that's what you need help with. Let us help you understand the why. Let us help you leverage your team. Okay? Because that's what's going to happen. Same with the Body Call that James and Jeffrey do, right? It's about helping you guys build your BV baskets. It's about helping people understand the products and the knowledge. Okay, my husband is a freaking geek when it comes to these products. He loves them. And he can absolutely help you on three-way calls. He's done it for many of you, right? And so it is about getting the people on the calls. It's about getting people motivated, inspired, driven, because you can't do this Derby team alone. I'll tell you that right now. You can, but let me tell you, Nancy's called me yesterday, and she's like, I don't know how you freaking enrolled 64 people during IsaDerby. She said, because it's crazy busy. It is. And I'm so proud of her that she's doing it, because now she appreciates and knows what it freaking took, because it is work. Guys, it's work. But you know what? Again, for those of you that do have spouses and stuff, wake up. Get going. I just said my husband today, he's like, I'm going out today. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm like, really? So how many emails are you going to get today? He's like, really? I'm like, really? So then each time he stops somewhere, he's like, oh, I got this guy. He is here, and he fixed our son's phone. I got his email. He's coming to the event on Saturday. Yay, right? He went to a different gym today. Guess who he met? An Olympian. Okay? This guy now, it's a new Olympian, not this one that we were talking with. Another one that may be coming on Saturday. And got on Facebook with James. So that's what it's about. It's having an intention. It's setting, goals. I said to James, I said, you know what? Don't come home until you have some emails. If you're going to go and do your thing and go watch hockey and things like that, you go work out, you get back. Okay? So I'm going to wrap this up right now. I know that this is normally a 30-minute call. Sometimes I just can't stop because I just want to help you guys so much. So we'll leave this with a quick comments. We're just, a couple people want to end it off with how you're feeling, what you're going to do, gratitudes, whatever you'd like to say. Just unmute yourself. Go for it.
Hey, Barbie.
Hey.
Hey, guys. I love that we just do this call because I think we all learn from each other, and it just gets me more excited. And I think it's just really cool that we're all going for it, and it's just great to see the momentum on the team. So thank you, Barb, for putting this together, for allowing us all to have a venue to kind of feed into and fuel the energy and the commitment and the desire. So I appreciate that, and grateful for all of you guys for getting on the call. So awesome.
Thanks, Nancy.
Great. Thanks, Barb, for hosting the call. I know that these calls take a lot of effort and time, and I know you've been working all day on this. So thanks for inspiring, and let's go, everyone.
Woo! Thank you. Awesome. Perfect.
Thank you, Barb, for everything.
You're welcome, guys.
Way to go, Barbara.
Awesome. You guys rock. So, just go out and do it, and let's get some friggin' IsaPulse magic happening on there.
You rock, Barb. Woo!
Thanks, Barb. Thanks, guys.